Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the comedy extravaganza that is The Adventures of E. Strap yourselves in because in this podcast we dive into hilarious personal stories, mishaps, and everyday life. From the awkward encounters at the grocery store to trying to adult in a world that seems determined to trip us up at every turn. So whether you're listening during your commute or just kicking back with a cup of coffee, get ready to laugh until your sides hurt. Here's your host, Elissa.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Adventures of E. We're going to have a game show. Kind of, not really, but every time you hear the word motherfucker, not necessarily said that way, but you should take a drink in honor of my birthday.
Your birthday
and by
week?
birthday, I mean, I'm getting old,
Yeah.
and I feel it in my soul.
Yeah, we're definitely getting old.
Shut up.
So, hi, everybody. I'll say hi, because my wife didn't want to introduce me this week, but
I'm
that's
sorry.
okay. That's okay.
Sorry,
It's been a long day.
Oh, boy, has it.
It's been a long day.
I
I
got
know.
stories for days.
So, you have completed officially your first full week at the new job, and you've learned some things, and you've experienced some things.
Oh, my God.
So, I'm excited to hear all the things you're going to share.
I don't know. It's rough. It's so rough. It's rough being the new girl. It's rough learning. This is like the dumbest little things. It's rough learning the call light system. It's rough learning like the room numbers. It's like rough finding what I need in the stock room. Like it's just the dumbest little things.
It's a completely
so
new setup compared to
rough.
what you were doing before.
I know, but like you would think, high acuity nursing, like that's been the roughest part of my job thus far.
All right.
Minus some of the just a preceptor rubbing the wrong way, but we made it through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today was that day where it rubbed you?
Yeah. So let's start off the day like this. So there's this guy who's a doctor, and I've met him a few times now. Seems super nice, younger. He looks like, I don't know if it's a cartoon character. I can't put my finger on it, or an actor or what, but think of Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons.
Yay!
Is he the one that had the crazy hair?
Yeah, the crazy curly hair.
Okay, I think that
the criminal. Yep.
on top of, I don't know, like John C. Reilly when Will Ferrell's like, curly-headed fuck.
Really?
Like a mix, and it's real weird.
Okay.
And so anyway, he's real awkward. Imagine that. And super like dry sense of humor. Also imagine that. And I said something awkward, and finally I said, "What is your name, sir?" Because I couldn't see his name.
Yeah.
On his name badge was flipped, and he didn't have one up top on his shirt. And he said, "Well, it's on my badge." And I said, well, where's that at?" And he goes, "Oh." And then he told me his name, and it was just like the most awkward encounter. And I was like, it didn't need to be that rough, man.
So is this person, are they like a nurse or
No,
are they?
it's a doctor.
Oh, it's a doctor. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's a doctor.
Yeah, it's been a long day for me too. Sorry. I suck.
Fair.
Yeah.
Same. Like, we are rolling on fumes right now, folks.
Yes.
So we are on a wild ride together.
Yes. And I'm excited. It's so much fun.
Oh my God.
It's so much fun.
You just egg me on.
Yeah.
So you can make fun of me.
Well, I mean, we talk shit with one another, to one another, about one another.
We are that couple.
Yeah. Like we're the old bastards that are going to be sitting on a porch when we're 80 years old. If I live that long.
You better.
I
fucking swear.
Talking shit to one another.
I fucking swear if you die, when I die, I'm going to come and find you and beat the shit out of you, motherfucker.
Well, I'd probably be bored, so I'd welcome it. So
I doubt it.
Come whoop that ass.
Whoop. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like my patient the other day who, it was my first day on the unit that I was on today. So it was yesterday. It's funny how days just start running together
just blends
like
together.
that.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's all fine.
Just day 3 of 4, and tomorrow's it, and I can't wait, and it's my birthday. But anyway, what was I saying? I completely forgot.
Patient.
Oh,
Patient,
yesterday she called me in her room, and I had been making jokes with her and her family, and they were super nice. And it creeped me out because her husband looked like my dad in the face.
Really?
Like around the age that he had passed.
Right.
And it really freaked me out. The only thing that was different is this guy. So my dad had really blonde hair when he was little.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy had really blonde hair now. That was the only difference. But they looked the same. So it looked like my dad when he was a baby, if that makes sense. Like that would...
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
It makes sense, yeah.
In my ADHD brain, it made sense.
It clicks, yeah.
So we were joking, and I walked out, and no sooner did I walk out, she hit her call light. I go back in. I said, "Did you miss me already?" And she's like, "No, my IV just fell out." And I said, "Excuse me?" I don't think I said that word, but I was like, "What?" And she goes, "It just fell out." And it was laying on the bed. And it was, dripping medicine in it.
No, your real response was, "What did you do, motherfucker?" Drink, people.
Oh, so you get to say it too?
Yeah.
Okay, so listen. So the IV's out, like the cath, the angiocath's out. And she's like, got it in her hand, in her like fingers, and she's flinging it around. And I said, "You need to quit lassoing your IV for me, ma'am." And they all started dying laughing, and I did too. And I said, "I've seen worse. I've seen little old ladies do that with a catheter."
Ugh.
And they died laughing, and I did too, of course. And so anyway, I said, she said something else, and I said, "I can't wait to use this for my podcast." And she goes, "For real?" And I said, "For real." They found us.
Oh, shit.
Like, they found us. I don't know how. That's a lie. I think I may have told them, but I don't remember 100%.
It was all a blur.
It really kind of is.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they found us. So I said, "If you listen, I will mention this because it is funny," and I was going to anyway.
Right.
And she was like, "We will." So that was fun.
Nice. We're gaining new listeners through IV lassos.
Any means possible out there.
Yeah.
I'm just, whatever I can do,
Whatever we got to work out.
to boost the show. I'm here for it. That's what I'm trying to do.
Fuck social media.
Dude, for real, though. Listen, at first I was like, "Oh, who cares how many likes and follows we have? Whatever." And now, you've got me, worried that there's only 109. And I'm like, Jesus.
Nah.
And then now you're like, eh. So we flip-flop all the time.
No, we're fine. We're having fun. That's all that really matters.
Oh, yeah? Just telling stories and having fun?
Yeah, telling stories, having fun. But I will say I've made some progress on us getting closer and closer to video.
Oh, yeah?
So I worked on our new YouTube intro this evening before we recorded the podcast, before you got home, and have started kind of piecing that together so that way we can start shooting video for YouTube before too long.
Maybe I'll catapult those weird ass kids that just open up, toys, and they make millions of trillions of dollars on YouTube.
I mean, hey.
I'll do whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not above it.
I mean, hey, we did talk about Feet Finder.
We did talk about that.
I mean, I got good cameras. I mean, we can make it happen.
I know a lot of nurses that do it.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I don't know. You seen some of them toes out there?
Yeah, scoop the
them dinner out the river with them toes.
Yep. Gots to go. Bye-bye.
Put them away, please.
Yeah. Ain't no pedicure gonna fix that shit.
No, that's unfixable.
So you've had some interactions with some doctors. What are some other fun interactions you've had with doctors so far?
Oh my God. Yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Maybe. I don't know.
The
They blend
day
together.
before,
They blend together.
It was, it really, they do. Anyway, it was the other day. It was a new doctor, and I didn't realize he had been upset before he talked to me, because obviously I don't know him. I don't know his personality. And he said something about, I only caught the side of it, something about yelling.
Yeah.
And I made a joke about, I just yell back. And I said, "I'm just kidding. I'd probably just make an awkward joke, honestly." And he said, well, that's not a good idea. And I was like,
got very dad
holy
stern
fuck,
with you.
I have fucked up. I did not read the room, okay? And I said, I like got real awkward and I was like, that suddenly turned into like a sheep. I was like, that's not what I meant. And so anyway, I finally was just like, I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. And I said, I've just dug myself a hole. And I just walked away. Well, I run into him today.
Yeah.
And so one of our listeners who got me the job, and I'm not going to say her name, but she was standing there and he was talking to her in such high regard. And I was like, she's the reason I'm here. And just smiled like real awkwardly. And he was like, way to go.
Nice.
And then that was the end of that.
Nice.
So it was fun times, guys.
So your weekend and already turned it into an HR nightmare.
I'm already influencing people and making friends. What can I say?
All right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey,
what are they going to do? Fire you?
Let's hope not. But listen, this is hilarious. So yesterday I went up and saw one of the girls I was with the day before and on another unit. And so I was just standing there and she goes, Chunky. And I said, you did not.
Uh-oh.
She said, I did. I said, you listened? She said, I did.
Nice.
So I'm here for it. Yeah. They've been great so far.
Yeah. I mean, hell, you've been there a week and you've already, more people are interested in listening to the crazy shit you've got to say than the people you worked with for like 6-7 years.
Probably because they got tired of the shit that I had to say after 6 or 7. Let's be honest.
There is that, yeah.
A little bit goes a long way, and 7 years is probably like 21 years in real life.
Yeah, I'm seriously, like the last few days you were working there, they were like, thank God.
I really did text one of the girls, and I said, it must be really quiet there. And I don't know if she ever replied.
Replied?
Yeah.
Are we checking?
Yeah, I'm checking.
Checking.
Oh, she read it and she didn't reply.
Yep.
I said, I'm super quiet there now. None of that came out right. I just had a stroke, didn't I?
Yeah.
It was a mini one.
Burnt toast?
No, it was just a mini.
Just a mini?
Just a mini.
A little TIA or whatever?
Yeah, a little, I'm back. I said, I'm sure it's super quiet there now, with a laughing face. And she read it and did not reply. So that must be the true story.
Yeah. I mean, it's not awkward at all.
Speaking of awkward, excuse me, I'm sorry, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That was not pleasant in your ears, and I do apologize for that. I work with one of the greatest. Whatever. It doesn't matter, past or present, with one of the greatest nurses. I know a few that are just like, I want to be them when I grow up.
Yeah. And
she's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love her to death. It's Tracy, a.k.a. Mom of the ICU. Anyway, Tracy texted me on Sunday and said, so today's my first day back to work. She said, I got my foot caught in one of them's with an S, which I love it because that's how she would say it too. Yeah. One of them's temp sensing Foley and fell and busted my ass/hip. I'll take your first day back at work over my first day back anytime, LOL. I miss you, and the podcast was great. So I love Tracy, Mama Tracy, so much. And I was like, oh.
Well, thank you, Mama Tracy.
I'm like, Tracy, don't be falling. Girl.
Yeah, no, we don't need no broken
can't break
hips.
That hip.
No.
We'll have to see you naked. It'll be weird.
Yeah.
We love you. Don't make it awkward.
Yeah.
How dare you?
No, I want nothing to do with that.
But anyway, I thought I'd share that too.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very cool that she kind of, messaged you and stays engaged with things and
yeah,
keeps
I
in
love
touch.
her.
So, but, so have you, in your drive to work, because obviously your commute's basically almost doubled compared to what it was before. What are some of the things that like you've experienced on your drive so far? I know you hydroplaned the other day in the horrible storm.
I did, coming around a curve next to a church and a graveyard. So I was like, I mean, of course, this is how it's going to be.
Hey, you're already there.
Yeah. So I minorly shit myself, but I made it. We made it. It was fine. But no. So I drive through some of the weirdest fucked up places.
Really?
Like there's some creepy ass fucking places along my drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on my way there, the first one I hit is the concrete sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
And that's what it is. But it's like a hoarder's concrete sanctuary that's like a mildly artistic or autistic child went out and painted a bunch of random ones too.
Okay. So it's like some are like just plain concrete, some are painted, some are...
Yeah, it just looks like this crazy concrete man threw up all over this building. It's just wild. It's wild. It's insane. I got to take a picture next time.
Yeah, please do.
Well, I'm usually driving fairly fast. Anyway.
You mean your speed?
Shh. The law is for the lawless. That's what the Bible says.
Motherfucker.
Don't ask me why I know.
Drink.
That. So listen. Look at Linda.
Look at Linda. Look at...
Anyway. It's just, they're weird, like, back hills, really kind of sad little burgs in the road. The other one is, there's a cat. You know, I don't know. I know it's politically incorrect, but just bear with me. At the Chinese buffet, I don't know if it's Chinese or a Japanese cat. I'm not sure. But one year it was out for like New Year's and it like bobbed its head and it had its arm up, like its paw up.
Yeah, the super decorative one. Yeah.
Somebody has a statue of that away from the concrete sanctuary at the start of their driveway down to their mobile home. I'm not joking with you. I saw that giant ass cat and it freaked me the fuck out.
Well, shit, it's probably easier to move the house than it is the cat.
The cat probably weighs more than the fucking house. Yeah. I'm not joking.
Nader come through there and just take that mobile home right out of here.
It's gonna Nader. So listen, then my other thing was I saw this. And I don't know why it all has to be concrete. That's weird. It's a weird coincidence because these are all in 3 very different locations.
And if anybody's listening outside of Indiana, apparently, like, everybody loves concrete in Indiana for some reason.
Like concrete statues or whatever. But I saw this. And listen, I saw it the first time 2 days ago. And I was in shudder.
Uh-huh.
Whew. I was in total awe of what I saw, that I had to make sure I saw what I saw the next day. Like, it was correct. Because, you know, my eyesight's not real great.
I know, you still need glasses.
Speaking of that, my little preceptor yesterday, who I'm sure was like 12, she wasn't, but you know what I mean. She told me I had eyesight like a geriatric patient. And I was like, bitch, my birthday is next week, motherfucker. Don't say that.
Drink.
You don't have to say drink every time. I think they get it.
I'm going to.
It kind of irritates me. I gotta be honest.
Oh, you're getting a little fiery rage in you?
No, but
Yeah, okay. All right. God.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Okay, continue on.
So anyway, I was driving and I saw what I thought I saw, which it was, even though my eyesight's bad. It was Snow White painted. It was all elaborately painted, but these were all like not like life size. You know what I mean? So
the other ones that you were talking about before are like fucking
giant.
life size.
Yeah, like super giant.
Jesus.
These were not giant. They were like normal people size. That sounds bad too. They were on a scale of not hoarding concrete statues.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
They were dwarf size.
They were, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of were. Okay, so anyway, this is what it was. It was Snow White and the 7 Dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in the middle, and like they were on each side, and they were all intricately painted. And there was a moment where I was like, I want one of those.
No.
And then there was that moment was like, I can't believe I just thought that to myself. Who the fuck am I? I'm that person.
But you also wanted like an 8-foot tall metal chicken rooster in our front yard.
I really wanted the 8 or 9 or whatever, however many foot metal T-Rex I saw.
Oh, no, yeah.
In our front yard. And I'm not joking. If I could get one, I would. And I would dress it for every fucking holiday.
Oh, I know you would.
No, I totally would. The other thing is I wanted to bring up, because we haven't talked about it yet, and I'm so passionate about this topic. I'm going rogue.
Okay, because I was going to ask you a question about the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Okay, well, we can go back, but listen. I want you to buy me and you and a couple other people some adult, like, go-karts that go, you know, decently fast.
Okay.
I want us all, not like gimmicky, I want us all to dress up like Mario Brothers characters. And I want to drive around our neighborhood.
Live action Mario Kart.
Yes. And I want somebody to finally fucking throw out a banana peel and somebody go boo, 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 boo. And spin out. You know what I mean?
You know, I will do my best to make that happen before I die.
And that's fair. And I just want everybody to know I have already claimed Mario.
That's fine. I'm Wario.
And that's fine. You had to explain that to me.
Yeah.
Who did we decide Lacey was?
The little mushroom guy.
Who's mom?
I think she would probably be Luigi.
Really?
Yeah. Luigi's just kind of off on his own and a little goofy, a little kooky.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I pictured her more of a Yoshi character, I gotta be honest.
That's one of the dogs. That's probably Lila.
No, but she can't drive, so that's not real life. I mean, this is real life.
Remote control.
No.
Just put her in it.
No.
It'd be funny.
No.
Fine.
No. I'm not having it.
Fine.
Anyway, I can't remember who we decided Princess Peach was, but it was pretty great.
That would probably be Casey.
Oh, no, we can't bring her little midget ass into this.
Why?
You think I have bad eyesight? That bitch can't drive at night with good eyesight.
Oh, I know.
That bitch can't drive, period.
Oh, I know.
I love her. She knows I love her. She can't drive.
And she'll admit that she can't drive.
Yeah. You think I'm going to cut her loose with a go-kart that goes over 45 in a neighborhood? No, sir.
Well, hell, we couldn't do over 45 in the neighborhood anyways.
I don't know. I do what I want.
Yeah, I know. That's what gets us in so much damn trouble.
But yet you go along with it every fucking time, motherfucker.
I do, because it's entertaining.
I know.
It's fun. It's good times.
It's got us here, which is just sitting up in our podcast / lay office.
Yeah, studio. Yeah.
Studio. That's the fancier word for it.
Yeah, because we do all kinds of things. I record music here, and we also, do the podcast and all the different things. And eventually it'll be a video studio. And so
it's going to be old.
just a multi-purpose small room.
That's fair.
Just cram us in this little box. It's fine. So now can I go back to the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Well, one more thing real quick, but
Okay.
I promise it's about my drive.
Okay, all right.
So as I get closer to the new facility I work at, there are these giant say it for me.
Windmills.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I clearly can't say that either. Windmills. Like I can't wink.
Yeah.
I did that time though, but I really thought about it.
We're going to have to redo that. You can't wink when we start shooting video so everybody can see it and understand it.
Oh my God. And the chins. Anyway, anyway. So there's giant
windmills
on my way to work. And one of them sets perfectly at the crest of this hill.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it through the trees. And I always feel like that's my Mario Brothers moment where I'm like, I just want to be like, woohoo, and drive through it. I do think about that.
Okay. All right. I mean, whatever entertains you on the drive.
It does. It makes me giggle every time like a weirdo by myself.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. So go on about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
So I know that there is something that freaks you out a little bit. So I know you told me that.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I'm serious right now. That little people, dwarves, people with dwarfism, make you feel uncomfortable for some reason.
They freak me out, and I don't know why. And it's not prejudice, and I'm so sorry.
You're not the only person out there that feels like that.
No, I know that. I know that. I don't know if it's because okay, I have to be honest. I've noticed things that obviously make me uncomfortable or things I don't understand or things that I haven't been exposed to.
Right.
So I'm like, well, maybe it's because I've never been around a little person, and that's why it freaks me out. But I don't know if that's really it because I don't know anybody.
Right.
So it's like a catch, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Yeah. So does it just make you feel uncomfortable, or is it like a different kind of fear?
Like I get an awkwardy, like I don't know how else to explain it. Like it physically makes me uncomfortable.
Kind of like the same uncomfortable, like you drive into the wrong part of town and you just feel like, yeah, I shouldn't be here, kind of uncomfortable, or more like just icky uncomfortable.
An icky uncomfortable.
Gotcha.
But I feel so bad saying that because I am truly I like to truly think I am a very open-minded person.
You for sure are. Yeah.
And very non-judgmental about a lot of things that people are judgmental about.
Right.
And I feel bad saying that out loud.
But you shouldn't necessarily feel bad. And here's why I say that is because, these are feelings and emotions and things that are elicited from experiences that, you're navigating. It's not necessarily a prejudice or anything along those lines. It's just it's that unknown. It's that discomfort because you're unfamiliar with it kind of thing, like you
Yeah.
explained. So I don't think it's anything negative, and I think potentially the more you talk about it or experience it, obviously the less uncomfortable it would be. Just kind of like your first day at a new job.
I feel like we just had that. The more you learn, the
I know.
learning rainbow.
Little LeVar Burton.
It did. It just happened, guys.
Reading Rainbow.
That's the most underrated show I've
I loved
ever-
that show as a kid.
Dude, same. And also, did nobody else watch Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Oh, I loved that show.
Dude, it was my favorite. And I'm not supposed to call you dude, and I'm really sorry.
It's fine.
But I feel like on the podcast, it's allowable.
Shit'll buff out. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then did you ever... I was older when I watched this. Don't judge me. What's the story? Wishbone? Where the dog dressed up as the characters?
Yeah, I vaguely remember it, but I don't really have a distinct
Dude, it was great.
memory of it. Yeah.
That one was great.
All right, so I'm gonna say Fraggle Rock.
We know we both love Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock.
Yeah,
Down
yeah.
in Fraggle Rock.
Yep.
What?
Just you did the whole you did the whole hand clap and
I
everything.
did. Like the sprinkles
Yeah.
commercial that
Yeah.
I never realized they said sprinkles.
Right. Yeah.
And then when I noticed it,
It's
like,
car insurance, but sprinkles.
yeah, I couldn't let it go.
Yeah. No, I know. It's the little things in life that we find enjoyment with.
I can't stop.
Oh shit.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so let's move on away from your new work and
Yes, please.
and
'cause
everything else.
I have to go back and I don't. wanna
So,
talk about
I just remembered, speaking of work.
it. What?
Okay, so we had an experience today. It
Oh,
was a
no.
life-altering experience, and thankfully, I got to live this experience vicariously through my boss. Okay?
Oh.
So, you know that in our office, we have a men's and women's restroom. And then we also have the executive bathroom, which is on the other side of the offices, which is just a single stall bathroom, single door entry.
Mhm.
And everybody, just kind of uses it at random. It is what it is. Well, nobody really knows this, and I'll explain this, a little bit of backstory. We have a gentleman that has worked for the company that I work for close to 50 years, if not a little bit longer. So, I mean, he's an elderly gentleman. He's in his 70s, and he is starting to get to the point of dementia.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, that's kind of rough. It's a rough situation.
Yeah, it stinks because he's very well known in the community. Like, he's a really nice guy, but it's a constant gamer repeater every morning in the morning meetings.
It's
and
5-second time.
Yeah. It's bad.
It's rough times.
Yep, and he works half days now, and just with his health and everything else. But so my boss decided that she needed to go into the executive bathroom to look at something. She was going to like trim her bangs or cut a hair.
Of course she was.
Yeah, there's a big mirror in there
She's crazy.
compared to the other ones. She's crazy, but we love her. And she knows her truth.
Yeah. No, she does.
She knows her truth.
And she owns it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So she goes to the executive bathroom, which is actually right outside of my office.
Oh, yeah. I've been in that one.
Yeah, it's a nice bathroom. Yeah. So she goes to that bathroom, and the typical courtesy for everybody is to knock on the door to make sure that nobody's in there. Okay?
Stop it right now.
Oh, no, just wait.
Motherfucker.
Just wait.
Okay. I'm uncomfortable just.
Oh,
I'm
it
like,
gets so
look
much
at me.
better.
Look at me. Like I'm already awkwardly
It gets
tearing apart
so
a pin.
much. It gets so much better.
This is my tism. I'm
Yeah.
tearing apart a pin.
It gets so much better. So she knocks on the door, and no answer. She yells
Oh, God.
to make sure that nobody's in there.
I'm not prepared.
No answer. She opens the door, and lo and behold, who is in that bathroom?
No.
Mr. 5-Second Tom, our geriatric coworker. But it gets even better.
Oh my God. I'm so uncomfortable.
He's dropping a deuce. Okay? And he decided that his deuce was going to be so bad that he took his shoes off and put them in the corner nice and neatly. Took his pants off, put them in the corner nice and neatly. And his pantyhose in the corner, nice
His
and neatly.
pantyhose?
Yes.
Time out. What?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, he wears them. I don't know why, but he just chooses to wear them. I don't judge. Whatever.
Like legit, like women's pantyhose.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not judging. It just kind of threw me. I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
She wasn't ready.
I mean, whatever. And they were folded and nicely set in the corner. So
how do you even fucking fold pantyhose? It's like a fitted sheet.
So this man, okay, is sitting on the toilet.
I'm so uncomfortable.
She walks in. She catches the whiff first.
She goes, ugh.
Yep. And then sees him.
Did he Buffalo Bill it?
No, he was just like, what can I do for you? That was yes, that was literally his response.
Of course, that's what he said.
And I hear her.
Did she scream?
Holy fucking shit! And just rushes down the hallway. Why didn't you lock the door?
He probably forgot how to do it.
Right.
Or he would get himself locked in there and not get out.
So I find out the details of this. She texts me from the other side of the office, the complete opposite side of the building, because she is not coming anywhere near my office, which is close to that.
Bathroom?
Yeah, not coming close to it. She texts me and says, "I need to smoke right now." I said, "Okay, I'll come down." And we go outside and we start talking, and she explains this all to me.
No.
Now, me being the asshole that I am,
which you are,
I asked her one very specific question.
No.
What do you think it is?
You're terrible.
What do you think it is?
Did he have a big dick?
Nope.
What'd you ask him? Or her? I'm sorry.
I asked her.
All tore up about this.
I know. You're just like all kinds of like freaked out right now.
I'm so uncomfortable. I can't sit still.
I looked at her square in the face and I said, "Does he tuck or lay it over the seat?"
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. And she looks at me just as soon as I said it without hesitation. Tuck. Oh, it was tucked. And I started dying laughing.
She would have seen that.
I started dying laughing.
Fucking weirdo.
And she literally looks at me. She's like, "Fuck you, Jason."
You just made her have a Vietnam flashback, probably with a Vietnam vet on the toilet.
The thing is, there was like 2 hours where she was like, "I need bleach. I need to burn my eyes out. I cannot get the imagery out of my head."
Oh my gosh.
It was absolutely stunning how hilarious it was.
I know this was not prepared, but I want to tell you a story that I don't know if I've ever told you specifically.
Okay. All right.
So in middle school through high school, I was in dance classes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I lived for dance. That was my outlet. I did ballet. Well, the ballet owner of the studio we went to, a bunch of us from school all went to the same one, obviously. She was very, very old. Like, I mean, legit, like, I was a teenager. Like, she had to have been Crypt Keeper old.
Like old Russian ballerina type.
Yes.
Type vibes,
but she was, like, famous at one point in time.
Right.
Like, legit, right? She wasn't our teacher, but she owned it. That was her home. It was in her, the studio was in her home anyway.
Right.
But we had a separate dance teacher. But anyway, she would get up on stage when we did like our end of year review, and she would get dressed up for it. And I'm not kidding you. I rounded that corner coming in hot, and I look over, and this bitch is leaned over. Okay, imagine. I want you to picture with me, guys, ladies and gents.
Let's envision
Close your
it.
eyes and listen. Or if you're driving, don't.
That would be awkward.
A ghostly, pasty, pale, frail, great-great-grandmother that is surviving sheerly out of spite, that has 2 like pool cue balls in a tube sock.
Okay.
With no bra on.
Yep.
No clothes on at all. But we have on, we're putting on our tap shoes though. Completely naked. As a 17-year-old. Yeah.
So you got to see them helicopter titties.
I got scarred from them helicopter titties.
Yeah. She gonna be tap dancing all the way to the Huey.
She's gone. Been gone for a long time now. But yeah, I can't fucking unsee it. And it's been how many years later? I don't want to talk about that either because that means I'm getting older and that's not a good thing.
Yeah, that would be burned in my brain for eternity as well.
So I understand her PTSD flashback.
Yeah.
That was mean.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
so mean. But
And I really hope she listens to this episode, because if she does, she's going to hear that, and then I'm going to hear it the next day at work. God damn it, Jason. You suck.
You motherfucker.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. It's exactly what it's going to be.
I love it.
So, all right. So what do you want to talk about now?
So, is there anything you specifically want to ask me, or?
I think something fun that we should talk about. Well, fun yet tragic yet odd.
Are you going down the hill? I think down the hill you're literally going
The
down.
elderly hill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I was asking, is there anything else you want to get out of the way before I tailspin into the situation?
Yeah, I'd tailspin the fuck right into it.
Well, because this may close it out, is what I'm saying.
You go right ahead.
Okay. So, ladies and gents, I'm going to start by saying this. This is a very traumatic story, but I promise it's funny. Like, it literally ends and you have to laugh. Like, because who wouldn't fucking laugh?
Yeah.
Because I can't believe this is real life either.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Oh boy, here we go. And away we go. I can't even hardly say it out loud.
Oh, you got this. You got this.
So, my grandmother that I briefly spoke on prior that raised me, who's very extremely like religious, we kind of have a strained relationship. And by that I mean, like, since Brenda went out for a pack of cigarettes and then finally came back into my life, which I say with all the love because she's a completely different person, my grandma, who is her mom, has gotten very upset by me having my mom in my life, which is very confusing for me because that's not how I grew up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of been a struggle over the years. And since going through therapy and learning what toxic behaviors are and what they really look like, and you're like, holy fucking shit, motherfucker, that's my whole childhood.
Right.
Wrapped up in a nutshell, toxic behaviors and learned traits and everything. So anyway, there's all that. So I'm going to cut to the chase. We have a very strained relationship. Her and my mom do as well. My mom and I still text her. We text her on her birthday, which was just in May.
Yeah.
And
but you text typically with no reply.
Well, yes. Well, okay.
Typically.
Yes.
I'm not going to say every time, but typically.
Typically no reply.
Yeah.
But this time was different because she left us. So my mom and I both text her. She left us both on red. Like, we could see the fucking red receipt.
Yeah.
So she doesn't reply to either one of us. So a couple of days go by, and my mom says, I have a really bad feeling something's wrong. Like, you know, maybe she's passed away and we don't know. And I was like, no. So anyway, she reached out to a family friend, found out she was alive. That's all my mom asked. She was just like, that's all. She
just wanted to know. And I remember she was like freaking out for a couple of days.
Yeah, like she was panicked. Like, we both, like, she was more so than I, because I usually have a feeling about that. And I usually am always right, unfortunately. Yeah. So anyway, cut forward to the other day, my mom finds out that a childhood friend dies. This part's not funny, I promise. I'm sorry. She was only a year older than my mom, of a stroke. And so my mom found out on Facebook.
She definitely smelled burnt toast.
And too soon, babe. No, that was a little rough one. Anyway. Jesus. Literally. DC to JC. Oh my God, you're terrible. You're a terrible influence on me.
It was time.
Stop. Anyways, my mom sent an aggressive-ish, not really, but like to her it was aggressive.
Right.
Well, to the normal person it wasn't aggressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
About, like, you could have at least let me know that my childhood friend had passed away instead of finding out on Facebook, and like, how dare you not reply? I don't know if she said that, but like, basically she's hurt that my grandma hasn't replied to her.
Right. Yeah.
Which is understandable.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, it's completely understandable.
For sure.
I've moved on to a different point in my life that I never thought I would ever be in, where I have let that shit go. Like I have to. It's too much for me to carry.
Yeah, and honestly, it's been a long road coming.
Yeah,
it's something that
it has been brewing over 9 years.
Yeah,
like literally. Within 5 minutes of that text, my mom gets a phone call.
Yeah,
my grandma has literally, ladies and gentlemen, strap yourself in, has literally been told my mom she has been pretending to be dead so she didn't have to talk to my mom or I.
Yeah. Wow.
My grandma has been pretending to be dead to not have to talk to me.
She's like the FBI's most wanted. Just like avoiding.
Like, how fucked up is that?
Yeah, that's absurd.
That's funny though. It's fucking funny. Like,
it's fun. Like just
like
the
let that sink in for just a second
of it,
and then you're like,
and
what
how
the
deep?
Fuck?
How deep do you have to go to be that fucked up in the head? Like, yeah, I say some fucked up shit, like it's time or burnt toast, and
right, which we both laugh.
Right, it's morbid, and that's just our sense of humor. But to literally pretend that you're deceased,
so you don't have to talk to me.
Yeah.
It kind of hurt. It stung. It didn't even hurt. It just stung a little bit, and then I just kept moving.
Quick little bee sting.
Now, my poor mom, it hurt. And you know what? For her, I'll cut a bitch.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, listen to what I did. I called your grandma on my way home tonight, and I told her about it. And I said, well, Grandma, I guess one grandma's trash is another grandma's treasure. And I started laughing hysterically.
It's the truth, though.
And she goes, well, yes, ma'am. Or no, what'd she say? When I told you exactly what she said to me.
Yes, honey.
Well, yes, honey. And just the way she says it.
Yeah.
And I just was laughing. Like, there's nothing else I can do but laugh. Like, this is my fucking life.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize when I became that terrible that you had to pretend you were dead. I wonder how many other people out there are pretending to be dead right now so they don't have to talk to me.
Or anybody.
You guys should call in.
Or anybody in general.
That's true.
I mean, like, what if there's...
Oh, man, this is a whole new rabbit hole.
I know, it just goes down a rabbit hole.
It just unlocked, though. You saw it in my face.
I know. It's like P. Diddy all over again.
Oh, don't start that
nonsense
with me.
We'll talk about that some other time.
I'm pissed about that.
I know. We'll talk about that some
fired.
other time.
I'm just saying I'm a spicy quesadilla about that. Motherfuckers.
I know. Yeah. We don't have time to catch that one this time.
That's fine. Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch me outside.
How about that?
But yeah, no. And the interesting thing is, like, my grandmother compared to your grandmother, they're complete polar opposites. Both very religious. Mm-hmm. And both very, very convicted in their beliefs and, try in their own minds, try and be, really, really good people. But one is actually a good person and the other one is not. And I think we can figure out who is and who isn't. And it's crazy, the disparity between them.
It's, worlds. Worlds apart.
Yeah.
Of people. And just someone I was taught that would never accept me, which is weird coming from the background I did.
Right.
How many prejudices, I can't say that, plural, really I was brought up with without knowing.
Yeah. Like, they were just like, subconsciously ingrained.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm like, now no shit. Like, I'm like, now I see how people get brainwashed. Like, It can happen. Shit, like crazy shit can happen. I lived through it.
Yep.
It's nuts. But anyway, let's go on from the dead grandmother. There is something I want to talk about before there's no time left.
Okay.
And I'm like really like hyped about it.
Okay. Lay it on me.
You try to lay it on me. That's what started this. What happened last night, sir? I need you to tell the story.
What happened last night?
Yeah. When you went to smack my ass.
Oh.
You gotta tell.
All right. So I came in from the back of the house and you were just standing in the kitchen, just talking to mom. And I come up behind you because every once in a while, like, I'll smack your ass as I'm walking by.
And just subconsciously.
You knew.
What you were going to do.
What I was going to do. That's how long we've been together. Like, you just knew. And you put your hand behind your butt. Mm-hmm. And as I'm in mid-swing, your hand goes to your ass crack, and I end up giving you a high five, or as you called it, a 5 high.
I distinctly remember that I said, I can't even say it. You just 5 hide my butthole.
Yeah, you just 5 hide my butthole.
And he said, what?
Yeah.
And I said, I meant high five. I meant 5 hide. I don't know what I meant, but you did it on my butthole.
Yep. It was a humdinger. It was a humdinger. It was a good time. It was a good time.
I can't. We're so fucking weird.
Yeah. But that's what makes us great. And that's why we work.
The last and only thing I got left, though, is I want you to also tell about Mom, about me breaking the news about Donald Sutherland dying the other day.
Oh, God.
Like, I was telling you guys as a group.
Yeah, and this will also harken back to when I said it's time earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of has a plug on it. So we're all sitting out on the back patio, and you decided to just be like, hey, Mom, guess what? This is really crazy. Donald Sutherland passed away. And she was like, well, how old was he? And you spouted off something like 90-something or something along those lines.
I can't remember now.
Yeah, and...
like 86.
Yeah, and she just, without flinching...
Wait, time out. With her hand in her phone, her glasses, her readers, pulled down to her nose, and her looking up over at us.
Yeah. She says, it was time.
And then goes about her business. Like, she said nothing.
Yeah, just continued on.
Like, mic drop, and we're like... Wow.
Yeah, we just looked at each other and just died internally and started laughing.
We were laughing, and she's like, what? And I'm like, don't what me? That was harsh.
Yeah, and she didn't even realize it.
No, she didn't even fucking flinch. You want to talk about savage.
Well, and then I was kind of a dick and like played on that, and you guys were talking about your grandmother.
My dead grandma.
Being dead, and before anybody even finished the sentence about her being dead, I said, it was time.
I know, and I was like...
And Mom didn't even catch it.
I know, and I was like, it's too soon, motherfucker. And you were like, oh, you didn't think you were going to get caught.
Yeah, but I started laughing hysterically. It was a good time. It was a good time. So that's my new, it's time.
It's time. It was time.
It's time. DC to JC. It's time. Just move it along.
Speaking of, I got to move my ass along to bed.
Yes. You have to be at work early in the morning.
4-4, and I'm dreading it. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
I know, but hey.
But hey.
What comes after tomorrow?
Is tomorrow Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, Wednesday's my birthday.
Yeah.
I know. I don't like it, but I like it.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a kid at heart, so I like it.
Right.
And I'm excited, but like the adult in me is like, ugh.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, shit, that's another year. Yeah. So it'll be all right. So, well, on that note, we are going to wrap it up for this episode this week.
Yes, because the geriatrics have got to go to bed. Yeah,
this shit sucks getting old. Try not to do it. It's no fun. If you can be independently wealthy at a very young age, please do so. Because
now we're throwing out life lessons at the end of the podcast talking about my dead grandma. Like, it has come full circle, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, it's time.
Shut up. Get out of here. And with that, we are out. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. Make sure to share and like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/The Adventures of E, and on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@Adventures of E. See you next time.